Hello, all, and welcome to the second episode of Vintage Inspiration. So, to your surprise, we have invited a guest today for us on call to introduce about their inspiring life stories to you all, so that you can have a glimpse at it. So, basically, before I invite the guest to the call, I think he's having technical issue to join. So, while he's joining, I'll just give a short introduction of what's going to be the topic for today. So, since we have to start off the episode right now, like instead of moving on, jumping directly into the scientific grounds, we thought we can give a short introduction towards the common ground fields and then move slowly to the scientific fields as well. So, for the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks, it's going to be fully on the common ground topics, and then later on, like depending upon your feedbacks and comments, we'll be moving on with the scientific fields as well. So, like in everyone's part, recycling has become one of the important aspects, right? I mean, whatever we use, we try to, or we have to make sure that we recycle the things to this maximum so that it can be used like readily the next time, right? So, recycling, though it's not prevalent everywhere, or though we think a lot for recycling, we don't have time to recycle and all, but still, it's one of the good habits to follow actually, because it's directly related with the ecosystem and it directly helps to actually, promote eco-sustainability in the world. So today we're going to be having our Entrepreneur of the Year award holder, Vinesh Desai. So you can check out his profile in the LinkedIn. He's known for the Best Entrepreneur of the Year 2019. He has got several awards and several fames. So you can go check out his profile on the LinkedIn so that you'll get more information about him. So today we're having him with us to give a short introduction about his life, and then we're going to be having the Q&A session also. So basically we conducted a survey last month with him, and then we got several questions from the listeners from all over the world. So we'll be asking your questions to him and he's going to answer to your questions, right? So in the first half we'll be having the general introduction and talk with him, and in the second half we'll be going on with the Q&A session of whatever you've asked so far that will be answered by him directly on live. So he has not joined the call yet. So before that, basically Vintage Inspiration actually has two split ups. One is the general series, another one is the impact series. So in general series, we'll be talking about the general influences, or I'll be talking about the general topics and all. But in the impact series, we'll be inviting the guest to talk. So basically today is the impact series coming under Vintage Inspiration, coming under MITWS radio series. So yeah, I think he's joining the call. So let's have a talk with him. Hope you enjoyed this session, and if you have any queries, or if you want to contact him for any queries, you can always follow Vintage Inspiration in Quora, and we'll get his replies to you as soon as possible. So he's joining the call.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Hi. Well, a great honor to have you here with us.
Thank you, same here. Looking forward.
Me too. Hi, guys. Welcome, everyone. I know you guys have been following the Impact series all along, and I'm pretty sure you would have learned a lot about sustainability and what these amazing people are actually doing all about the sustainability and making it actually happen. Now, I really want to mention about the speaker we have right here, and it's really, really awesome what he does. He's actually, no introduction. Let me just say this. He's called, drumroll please, he's like a man of India. Come on, guys, you should know that. So let me tell you more about him. He's a social entrepreneur, and he's been working on industrial waste recycling and management. And he's, the most amazing thing to me about him is that he started this at the age of 11. And we are still there. We are still trying to learn about sustainability. And he started it at the age of 11 at like home-based and experiments. And right now, he currently has more than 150 eco products under the eco-electric technology banners in India. And he has come under Forbes 30 under 30 in Asia. And he's also known for the Rotary International Alumni Humanitarian of the Year. And more than that, I think you should really watch all of his TED Talks. I mean, I was really, really moved and really inspired as to what am I actually doing? I'm just existing on Earth. That's all I'm doing. And here we have Vinesh Desai, sir, who has been doing amazing things. And I'm just going to go over and say, welcome, sir. Welcome to our Impact series. We're very, very honored to have you here.
Thank you so much. That was some cool introduction. That's That's something interesting.
That's probably because my mind is literally blown right now. I really don't have words. We've been tackling these impact series, and we've been trying to spread a lot of awareness, and thoughts on sustainability and how cool it actually is to say, I'm a very sustainable person. I don't harm Earth. That's who I am. And we want to spread that news around. And people like you who have been coming on this impact series have actually inspired us more that we want to keep doing this. We actually want to contribute. And we're looking for a lot of collaborations like right now. And we're really, really happy to have you and like for you to just share even a few pointers and few inspiring stories for us. I'm pretty sure people here will be convinced on sustainability, and that's all we want. There's nothing more.
And I think absolutely the youth are actually the top players of our society, So us trying to create an impact, that itself is a big impactful thing, It doesn't, Rome was not built in a day. We always say that, but the same thing is we just.
Okay, there is a small technical issue out there. We'll hold on for a second.
Yes, definitely. I hope all of you heard that really, really well. For planet Earth, all of you followers, all of you viewers, I hope you really, really heard him right there. The fact that we want to make an impact itself is big. And let's all celebrate that. And let me move on. I know a lot of people would have asked you about your whole inspirational, what inspired you to become this person who wants to recycle, who wants to develop something sustainable, who wants to go to a circular economy, who wants to, how should I put this? Something like biomimicry. That's the whole idea. I know you would have shared your story a lot of places, but please give us a very small intro to all of that.
So I think my journey started when I was 10 years old, and my favorite cartoon used to be Captain Planet and Dexter's Lab. So these two cartoons kind of what I do today.
Wow.
Trying to help my superhero, which is Captain Planet, and having my own lab, which is like Dexter's Lab. So these two things constantly kept making me, okay, I want to do something like this. And the entire idea of saving the environment, being helpful, came from there. Then eventually what happened was at the age of 11, something very funny happened. That a chewing gum got stuck on my pants, and I was trying to remove it with a piece of paper. Being me, I was a very curious person back then. And I'm still, I think, probably still consider myself doing all sorts of crazy experiments. If you ask my family or anyone from my family members, they will tell you that I still am the same person. So basically what I did was this, I observed that paper and chewing gum both had got really hardened up. So I went back home, did the same experiment again. वो चिपचिपा था, so I even added my mom's talcum powder to it. That was like initiation of a first experiment. So you can know how crazy it was back then. It was never meant to be a brick. So this was during that same time. So probably I think in a month or so, or during that same semester, I learned about the word slums. And the negativity that surrounded it, So in the fashion of trying to help the superhero, I decided that, okay, you know what, I'm gonna make world's cheapest house and change the word slum. And so everyone living in the slum will have this beautiful house made out of Lego, because I thought that houses are made out of Lego, because that's all I knew how to make a house. So I started making these Lego bricks. That's how, to make that house I needed the bricks. And that's how brick came into mind. And then eventually started learning about it. And it was never, that was just the beginning of failures. I always say that because I failed several times. But I would just say, you know what, let me just try one more time, like it will happen. There were so many challenges trying to build that brick. It took me nearly almost 3 years to derive to the final recipe that we have today. So by the age of 14, I had the final commercially viable recipe to make these bricks. But again, that was that time when I still needed to prove myself. So first I made this doll house made from this bricks, including the plaster and everything. And that was kind of the moment I said, you know what, now I'm gonna make an entire house. So then in 2010, at age 16, going against all the odds, because when back then there was no Swachh Bharat, back then there was no Startup India or anything as such. So working with waste was considered a taboo, because it was a whole different field altogether. And if I'm saying that, hey, I want to create this brick out of paper waste and chewing gum, it was like, oh, you have gone crazy. And that exactly what happened. So basically I started, so my first day at work kind of looked like in the backyard of a parking lot of a people, next to a smelly gutter. And that's how I started making these bricks. I didn't have enough money to make hire labor. So with 1600 rupees in my pocket, I would just make bricks every day myself. And it took me around 11 months to make 3000 bricks. And that's how the first house was built.
Oh my God. So, okay, let me just pause you there. I'm having a little mind-blowing session right now in my brain. Guys, you just hear all of that, like in a backyard with just 1600 rupees. So I should just give everyone a heads up here. This is how every single major exponential organization has been formed in the world. Like even Apple, all of that. And this is him right here. You have been making a lot of, more than experiments. I would say you're actually giving us a lot of answers to a lot of questions. And I should really thank you for that. And I should really thank your curiosity for that. My goodness. But sir, seriously, when you said about all these bricks, I should also thought, I should mention to all the viewers who are watching right now that you have been creating bricks out of PPO masks. The masks that we throw every day, the ones, the use and throw ones, the ones that have been polluting. Sir has been creating bricks out of them. So can you say the kind of input that is like just a simple mask? So that's all it takes. And here we're listening to stories of chewing gum becoming bricks. Wow. Oh my God, that is amazing. I think I'll just move on to the next question.
The brick 2.0 actually is an updated version of the same brick that has. So the brick 2.0 also not just has PPE, but one of the ingredient is still a chewing gum. But I cannot say the rest of the ingredient. That's still a trade secret. So. But yes, absolutely.
Okay, so I think the secret is now sealed with all the viewers right now. It's sealed. Guys, no, nothing goes out here. That's it. Okay, now. So I've also been reading a lot about, and I looked through your entire Instagram pages, and I also found this one particular part where you built a house for just $380.
There.
I don't think I can make a wardrobe out of $380.
Well, that was my dream. That was a dream to make it, and that's what I've been successfully able to make it. So very proud of that. That's the reason why the E-Tech group stands strong today. We are way more than that now, but the core ideology still stays the same of being helpful, creating cost-effective houses for everyone in need.
Well, that's amazing. And we have a really serious question right now. The fact that our governments are constantly failing to, formally manage the waste generated. Do you think that it's because of lack of capabilities at institutional levels, or it's because of something like public cooperation? Do you think the fault is in us or them, or it's mutual?
I'll tell you something.
We have faults in both of us.
I like to call that as a glass bottle syndrome. So basically, I'll explain you in a very simple way. Milk bottle. Let's say tomorrow we start saying that. So every stakeholder. First, I'll explain the stakeholders in this entire cycle. It's the government. It's the manufacturers, then the consumers, segregators, and recyclers. So these are various stakeholders in this particular cycle where I'm going to mention about. So let's say the government decides that all the plastic bottles and everything, all the plastic milk bags, Tetra packs, everything is banned from tomorrow. Only the glass milk bottles are going to be available.